They're taking care of business against this Marlins team for sure.
Again, this is a take care of business portion of the schedule, and the Nationals are absolutely taking care of business. They were able to handle the Marlins down in Miami. They get them in our home ballpark, and they sweep them again. When you look at this team, you see a team that can strike fast by hitting the home run. You also see a team where the starting pitching is basically they're passing the baton. One guy is passing the baton to the next guy. And what a great job by Mike Rizzo and the front office making adjustments on the fly to basically straighten out some roster flaws. When you look at today's game, look at the impact that Parra had, look at the impact that Venters had, and then you get Fernando Rodney to save the game. Just an overall great organizational win today.
Yeah, Venters and Rodney combined for 4 big outs in the 8th and 9th inning. But let's go to Gerardo Parra, Bo. This guy might have been the star of the show this afternoon for the Nationals. 2 huge hits in successive innings in the 5th and 6th help the Nationals get on top and stay on top.
Well, again, you want to talk about Parra and what he brings to the table. This ball here almost left the ballpark. It is very difficult to be a player who don't get at-bats each and every day, and basically you get a spot start here, and he comes into this game, and he continues to swing a hot bat. And then he gets to third base. Anthony Rendon did a great job. Man on third base, less than 2 outs, taking the ball right back up the middle for a base hit. And this was a huge 2 RBI double here by Parra to give that bullpen some much-needed insurance late in the game. Great slide there by Trey Turner as well.
Parra is going to give you excellent defense regardless of where he plays in the outfield. He's going to give you good base running, Bo. But as you said, it's not easy for a guy to come off the bench and make an impact offensively like he has for this team.
Well, I think he does a great job of basically keeping himself ready because he is a veteran player. He has a track record, and he also kind of figures out, he knows what the other team is trying to do to him. But I want to talk about Parra in another sense. We all know that analytics are basically rampant through our game today. But I'm going to tell you, getting Parra into this clubhouse and on this ball club is something that you cannot quantify.
Yeah.
You can't put a number to it and say how many wins above replacement has Parra been for this ball club. But I will tell you this, from a leadership standpoint, he has changed the overall dynamic of this club.
Yeah, how about hugs above replacement or smiles above replacement or dances above replacement? Because that's what this guy has brought. And you see it, Bo, when guys come into the dugout after they homer or they come around the bases to score. Gerardo Parra is there waiting for him, and they are happy to greet him. They're happy to dance with him, whatever it is. He's added some life, some swagger, some positivity to this team.
Yes, and it's authentic. It's not to take anything away from the guys that were here from day one, but there are certain guys where their personality just fits on the roster, and his personality fit on this roster because you have a lot of guys on this team that are basically just businesslike. They're not going to be the rah-rah type of guy. So when you put Parra into that mix, he now has allowed this clubhouse to loosen up, and these guys are playing great baseball.
Not to mention the Baby Shark thing is taking over Nationals Park.
I love that song.
He comes up to the plate, they play Baby Shark, and the crowd goes absolutely nuts. Let's head downstairs now and talk to Anthony Rendon, who had a big day today as well. Anthony on headsets joining us downstairs after this Nationals win. Hello, Anthony. Thank you for taking a couple minutes with us. Let's talk about Gerardo Parra with you. Bo and I were just discussing what he's brought to this team, not just in terms of his bat and his glove and his base running, but the camaraderie, the clubhouse chemistry that he brings. How would you describe Gerardo Parra behind the scenes, the guy that we don't get to see on the field and fans don't get to see?
Hey, he's definitely one of a kind. He's been around this game for a very long time, so I think he's been on some great teams, been on some not so great teams, and he knows what it takes to just to be loose each and every day and kind of just take it one game at a time, and he's definitely brought that spark that we needed.
Anthony, congratulations on being named to the All-Star team. It's much well-deserved. I want to talk about 2 different at-bats. Obviously, the home run, you continue to hit for power, but let's talk about the RBI single there with the infield drawn in. Tell me, what is your approach when you get a man on third base and less than 2 outs?
Oh, man, I'm just trying to put the barrel on it and try to hit it to the outfield. That first pitch was a little bit outside, so I had to try to protect that outside corner as best as possible, so I just try to put the barrel on it, stay in the middle of the field, and it just happened to find a hole.
Well, you're doing a tremendous job, and just keep up the good work. We all enjoy watching you play each and every day.
I appreciate it.
Anthony, what about the addition? I asked you about Parra. There's 2 other veterans that Mike Rizzo in the front office added to the bullpen side of things. That's Fernando Rodney and Johnny Venters. And these are guys, you talk about Parra being around the league and playing on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Same thing for these guys. And the bullpen has been a topic of conversation the first few months of the year, but those guys have been tremendous since they've come aboard. What can you say about just what those two arms have added to this team?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's given an opportunity for Gracie to get a couple of days off and not have to pitch every day. And definitely the same for Doolittle in the back end of our bullpen with Rodney. He's saved plenty of games in his career, and he's not scared to go after hitters, and that's what I love about it.
Anthony, what are you doing now, July 4th? How are you celebrating with the family?
I'm going to sit on the couch.
That sounds about
I'm
right.
tired.
That's the Anthony Rendon that we know. Anthony, thanks for the time, buddy.
I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you as well. Nationals got the job done today, offensively, defensively, and the bullpen stepped up. 3 scoreless innings from this group. It took 5 relievers to get those 9 outs. Tanner Rainey, a clean 7th inning. That is a big thing for this Nationals team. Allowed 1 hit, but punched out 2. Mechanics looked cleaned up. Wander Suero allowed 2 hits in the 8th. Johnny Venters came in, got 2 outs, and then Javi Guerra cleaned it up from there. And Fernando Rodney Bo again comes on. He's been with this team for just 9 days, already has 2 saves, giving Sean Doolittle a day off when needed. Let's take you through it now from the 7th until the 9th. Tanner Rainey, a very impressive outing from him.
To me, this was the most important inning of the game because he came in, he didn't have much margin for error. It was a 1-run lead, and we know about his last couple outings. And to see him be able to come in, not only throw strikes, but also have that slider working, it was great to see, and he's going to have more confidence moving forward. This was a great job by Johnny Venters coming in and basically being a fire extinguisher and putting out the fire to get the big strikeout there of Granderson. And then Guerra, you bring in Guerra, he's able to get the line drive there. Trey makes a great play, and then you get the experience of Rodney coming in to close out the ball game. He gets a great split finger there for a strikeout, and then he's able to induce the ground ball to the shortstop there for the flip, for the win. The Nationals are now 4 games over 500, and they are the hottest team in Major League Baseball.
Fernando Rodney at 42 years old touched 99 today. That is something else, man.
And again, you talk about experience. We sat here and we said after he threw the 99, it was more so a purpose pitch to basically speed up the eyes of the hitter. He comes back with the split change at the bottom of the zone to induce the ground ball to end the game.